Hello, my name is Jaybear. I was just about to leave my spawner area that I built last episode, and there's an Enderman standing up there on my steps. I wonder if I can walk by him without him trying to hurt me if I don't look at him. Look at him. Look at his beady little eyes looking down here holding a grass block. Oh, I don't like Endermen. But I do need to get some Ender Pearls anyways, so you know what? I'm gonna go up there, and I'm gonna see if I can... Oh wait, he's carrying a watermelon. He stole that from my farm. Look at that. Oh boy. Well, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna smack him with my sword. I'm gonna run right by him, and I'm gonna jump in the water. Alright, come on. Get over here. Come over here and fight me. You know what, he might be stuck in there because it might not be tall enough for him. Should be able to teleport out though, right? Let's see if we can shoot him. I think he'll disappear. There he is. Come on. I want my watermelon back. Yeah, just jump in the water. That'll work for me. He'll just kill himself for me. Alright, maybe I need to get a little closer to the shores. Yeah, he's hurting himself. Come on, Mr. Enderman. Here he comes. Give me my watermelon back. Did he die? Nope, there he is. There we go, I got my watermelon back. And did I get an Ender Pearl? Yes, I did. I'm gonna need some more of those, I guess. If I eventually want to get to the end, I'm going to need to collect up some more Ender Pearls. So, on this episode, I'm hoping to, well, deal with these guys right down here. I need to take them, and I need to make a villager breeder, and I need to start my villager trading hall, because I want to get some mending books so that I can start putting mending on all of my equipment, so that I can easily repair it using my newly created mob grinder down there, which I worked on last episode. It took me a long time to get that up and running, but it's working now, and I do still have some work to do down there to make that look a little bit nicer. And yeah, I'd like to get the villager trading hall going. I'd like to get a super smelter and start getting this base put together a little bit more than this, and maybe build some automatic farms. So there's a lot of things that I have in mind that I want to do. It's just deciding what to do first. But I think the first thing I need to do is go mining for some diamonds, because I have no diamonds at all. And I'm going to eventually need to start repairing my items and creating some more items to enchant. So I think I'm going to do that first. And then from there, I'll figure out what I'm going to do next. So hopefully I can go down there and find lots and lots of diamonds, and especially since I now have Fortune 2 on my pickaxe, maybe I can have an easier time gathering them instead of only one diamond per diamond ore. Maybe I can start getting a little bit more. Alright, so let's get to it. As I was exploring, I came across what looked like a particle effect in the corner, only to find out it was an invisible spider. It's the very first time I've ever seen one of these. Alright, so I've done a little bit more than just mining for diamonds, which I did do, of course. Let's see. I got 15 diamonds here, but I've also got some down in my mine, and I also made a new entrance, a new way to get in and out, instead of going down the stairs over there that I had been doing. I have this hole here that I just jump right on in, and it brings me right down to my spawner. I've also been doing this a lot too, coming in here and killing skeletons and spiders and zombies and getting myself a lot of experience, which if you take a look, I've got everything enchanted. Some of them still need some work, like the diamond chest plate, and I could use some upgrades on some of these things, but I'm getting there. I've now got a silk touch pickaxe and a fortune pickaxe. So some of this still needs a little bit of work, but I'm definitely getting there with the enchanted items. Let's see what we got in here. So I've got tons of arrows. I have no idea what I'm going to do with all these arrows, but I've also been crafting up bone blocks. I've got a ton of bone blocks now, which I can always convert back into bone meal should I need it. But right now, I've got enough bone blocks that I can get started building. I'm probably not even going to need that many. I also turned the trash can into an automatic dispenser. There's a dispenser down here. This will empty itself out into lava that's down below. So if I take and put something in here, like this dirt, you hear it click and it shoots it down into lava. I know it's unnecessary, but I really like this thing. So it's a nice easy way to get rid of all of the stuff that you don't want, and you just don't want it to sit around and have to wait for it to despawn. I know I could throw it into lava or fire myself, but it's a little more fun this way. So this will take me back up to my base area, but if we go over here and jump down, this takes me down into the mine, and I moved my kind of center of operations. My old area was over that way, and I was running into lava and caves and stuff both directions, and I realized I was doing this down a little bit too low. This is level 10 right here, which will mean I'll run into lava a little bit more. So I came up here to level 11, and I started going through doing lots and lots of mining, went and did some caving, and I found enough diamonds that I did make another pickaxe, which I enchanted, and I have, where do I have them? In here, another 42 diamonds, plus the ones I have up there, plus all this other stuff, and then tons of coal and a bunch of other things that I have to use my fortune pickaxe on. I'll have to turn all that into coal and redstone sometime soon instead of ore. But I also set this up here. This is going to be it is a water elevator, and there's soul sand in there, and it takes it all the way up into my base. So if we take and throw this cobblestone in, you can see it starts dispensing it there, and if we hurry up and we go all the way back up, which I really like being able to get up so quickly, up and down really, really easily, we can see this fountain of cobblestone over here. And let's see if it's all here, but nope, it's still coming up right now. We've got almost all of it. Alright, so all 64 of them made it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this area that I've talked about making my storage area. So this way I can have all of the items from my mob grinder and all the items from mining can come up automatically right into my storage area, and then it's going to go into an automatic sorting system, which it's going to take me a while to build, but it's going to be really nice to have that and make it so that it is really, really easy to sort my items instead of trying to do it manually like I've been doing over here, And all of this will, of course, go away. It'll all end up down in here, going into storage automatically. And I'm going to put some item frames on the chests to make it so that it's easy to find what I'm looking for. I hopefully this is enough leather to get me started. That should make a lot of item frames. That's a pretty good start. But I've also been taking care of the farm over here, breeding the cows, so I have plenty more cows that I can kill. And maybe because my sword has looting 3? Yeah, I've got looting 3 now. I don't know if that works on cows to get more leather or not. But anyway, that's where I'm at now. And I'm going to start working on this storage system and kind of also laying out like where columns are going to be down in here as well, just because that's going to affect my storage system. So I'm going to get started on that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a storage system that can store the items that I get from my mob grinder and store all the items that I get from mining. And so that way, those will all automatically come up in here, go into storage, and then from there, I'll start expanding the storage out and including more items. And like some of these things, like all the logs and plants and things, I'll handle this stuff manually for now, but eventually it will go into a better storage system. So I'm going to get started on that. I will probably get distracted and do some other things along the way. Maybe some more enchanting, which you can see I've got 37 levels, so I might as well do a little bit of enchanting as well. Alright, so that's the plan for what I'm going to work on next. So I realized before starting my storage system that I had very, very little glass. And so I went over to a desert that's kind of over by the jungle that I went to before and gathered up some sand so that I can make some more glass to use in the storage system for the water channels, because I want to be able to see the items flowing through it. And then I got in an argument with this dolphin as to who the boat actually belonged to. Then I went, killed some more mobs down in my mob grinder so I could do a little bit more enchanting. And I went up to my enchanting table, and while I wasn't looking, this creeper snuck up behind me and tried to blow everything up. And it did a pretty good job of blowing up half of my enchanting station. Thankfully, it didn't kill me. Alright, so I was sitting here peacefully working on my storage system and getting things ready to go here. And these guys showed up. I've already killed one. And now I've got this what is this thing that I get? How do I even see? Let me close this thing. A bad omen. I've got the bad omen effect now. Does that mean these guys are just going to keep spawning over and over again? Alright. Oh, there's another guy right down there. There's a bunch of them. Alright, I think I killed them all. Yeah, so I was just here, I was climbing up to look at the layout of how I was going to arrange all of my chests in here. I was working on my sorting system, which I will show you in just a second. And these guys show up and come over and start harassing me. Did I get them all? There was one over here too. Oh, I gotta watch out for that. I forgot I've got this hole here that I dug down a long time ago. Alright, so they're gone. Now, if I drink milk, will that get rid of the bad omen? Like it does poison? Let's see. I've never dealt with these things before. Yep, okay, so that's gone. That's good. Because I really don't need these guys around harassing me right now as I work on my storage system. So the way that this works you can see I've got one of the modules built right here. I'm going to have 3 chests for any item that I think I'm going to have a lot of. If it's going to be something I don't expect to have a lot of, then I'll have just 1 chest. But something like cobblestone and dirt and other various things like that that I know I'm going to have a ton of, I'm going to want a lot of chests. So the way this works is there's going to be a water stream that flows over top of these hoppers. And this redstone design is by Impulse SV with a slight modification. The way that he did it is he had this hopper coming down into a chest and he didn't have the water stream across the top. But I want to try to cut down on hoppers as much as I can because, well, they use up a lot of iron and I don't have an infinite source of iron right now. So the way that this is set up is that if we look in here, it will only sort stone. These dirt blocks I renamed to subscribe. And so if we put a chest up on top of this thing, just to simulate the water flowing by, and we put, let's say, scaffolding in there, this banner I just got from those guys in Podzol, if those were flowing by in the water stream, it's going to ignore those. But if we put stone in there, they're going to start flowing through into the system and end up in the chests. And the nice thing about this is that I can put as many of these next to each other as I want. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a row of chests coming down this way. And then we're going to turn and we're going to come down here. And we're going to have a row of chests back here. So you can see I've already put one chest here. And I've got this module set up here. And then I have to keep a 1 block gap between them because I don't know what will happen if the redstone touches. And then along the outside, I'm also going to have some chests. There's a piglin in here, or zombie pigmen, whatever they are. And some of the redstone, it's going to have to go back into the walls. And so that's what I'm going to do in this area here. I still have this area over here that is a little bit of a different shape, and it has my water elevators. So I'm thinking maybe this area I'm going to set aside to be my super smelter, just so that I don't have to keep doing things with these 15 furnaces, and I can set something up that will fill them automatically and put the items I want to smelt into them automatically and unload them all automatically, make things a bit more simplified that way for me. So then if we look here, all of that stone has made its way down into the chest. And it still holds on to 41 of them up here in this top hopper. And that's okay because for the most part, it's going to be items that, I'm not really going to need every single last one of them. It's going to be bulk things, and anything that, is really important, like maybe diamonds, well, I'll just have to reach into the hopper to get the extra ones out should I absolutely need them. So that's what my storage system's going to look like. And I don't think I've got nearly enough materials to really get this completed, but I'm going to at least get started with the items that I get from my mob grinder down there, and I'm going to direct those items into this bubble elevator so that they can start getting automatically sorted. And then I'm going to expand it to items that I would get through mining, and that way I can have all of those items sorted automatically for me and put into storage. And then it'll grow from there. Probably the next thing I'll do would be things like wood and, maybe some other materials. But that's what I'm going to work on. So hopefully I have enough wood and iron to at least do the ones that I want to start with. All right, so let's get going with it. Alright, so you can see I have a little bit of an automated storage system put together back here. I'm having a little bit of problems with this side over here. This is the mob drops. They're getting caught up on the hoppers back here. I guess you can't just put water elevators next to hoppers because the hoppers will sometimes catch the items. So I'm going to have to make some changes to this one here. This one, on the other hand, this is working great, and I'm quite happy with how it turned out. You can see I basically have the things that you dig up out of the ground. I got stone, cobblestone, dirt, grass, andesite, granite, diorite, gravel, and sand in here. I've got the mob drops from my spawner over here, and eventually this is going to expand out. This is going to expand out, but I'm getting very low on iron and hoppers. I've got 15 hoppers left. I had originally planned on having a water stream that goes across the top, and that's what I tried to do. But the items were getting caught on the hoppers, and they weren't flowing smoothly down the line, and I'm not sure what to do about that. So I just put in hoppers for now, and maybe I'll come up with something better eventually that will use less hoppers, and I can make changes to this and move these hoppers elsewhere, because this takes a lot of iron. In fact, I've used up just about all of the iron that I have in making this thing. But I really like it. So this is the input chest right here. So if I don't know, let's see, what do we got here that I can put into the system? Oh, that's my subscribe dirt. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. I guess I don't really have much of anything. I've got some cobblestone, so let's throw this cobblestone and this dirt into the system. So it takes and puts it into the water stream and comes up here into the hoppers. And if we look down here, we can see the second torch flashing on and off for the cobblestone. And it's going in. Well, it was. I think maybe we're onto the dirt now. Yeah. Well, I guess we're at the end of it. So, I didn't put the subscribe dirt in there, did I? No. I hope not. If I put the subscribe dirt in there, I just messed it up. Let me make sure. Okay, there's the subscribe dirt. Alright, anyway, so it is working, and I can send things all the way from down at my mine. Well, I've changed this area here as well. I need to get the spider drops brought over into this dispenser, or dropper. Is this a dispenser or a dropper? That's a dropper. They need to get put into that, and so that they can go into the system here. But let me go up here and I'll show you what this looks like once we get some skeletons in here, which some should be dropping in here pretty soon. But yeah, the spider, I've got these chests here, and that one's completely full. I'm probably losing some items to that, so I'm going to need to make some changes here and get that so it's coming over into the dropper. But what this dropper does is it shoots the items out into this water stream down underground and takes it over to the water elevator that takes it up to my storage system. Alright, so here we go. So if we let these other guys drop in, there should be some more coming soon. Alright, so let's hit them, and then if we look, there it is. It's dispensing the items down into the water stream, which will make their way all the way up to the top. What the heck do we have going on here? Where did he spawn, and where did this spider spawn? That's weird. I wonder if I have some darkness someplace down here that they're spawning. I don't know. I'll have to figure that one out. Anyway, if we go down to my mine, and we use that chest over there. So if I take a bunch of this smooth stone, and let's see, I've already tested it quite a bit, so if I put all of this in there, you can see it's being dispensed into that water elevator. And if we go back up to the top, we can see they're coming up here through the water elevator into the hoppers up there. And if we take a look, we can see the stone flowing into it. So I'm going to pretty this up eventually. It's not just going to look like this. There'll be a wall, probably like right here, blocking the view of all the hoppers and redstone and things. I've still definitely got some work to do here. I'm going to need to probably get an iron farm going sometime soon because the hoppers just use up so much iron. And it would be nice not to have to struggle with iron and just have an unlimited supply of it. So I'm probably going to need to get a villager breeder going and get an iron farm going and maybe finally get my villager trading hall going as well. But for now, this is as much as I could build. I mean, I've got another 15 hoppers, so I could build, maybe a little bit more on this, but this is a good start for now, and I will continue expanding this and building it out. So that's it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and leave a comment down in the comment section, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.